chat it up and, you know, keep in touch with you guys. Again, this wig did come from Ashimary. I have everything listed in the description box. It's nice and beautiful and smooth. And then to my natural hair. You guys know this is my quick and easy little 5-minute braid up. Went ahead and put a wig cap on, made sure I put powder along the hairline and make sure it matches my complexion through the lace. And this is the wig in its normal natural state, fresh out of the pack. I did go ahead and co-wash it, but this was pretty much straight out the pack. I co-washed it, but I did not bleach the knots in this part of the install. Instead, I opted for a foundation, which I buffed along the hairline, and this acts as a lace tint that pretty much is customized to fit my complexion. This is what the wig looks like on, and as you guys can see, the knots along the hairline were already bleached and beautiful, so this looks perfect. It's pre-plucked, the hairline was bleached, everything about this was perfect. I honestly didn't think the knots needed to be bleached at all, which is why I didn't do so. But again, I did it as a extra step at the very beginning, you know, just for you guys to learn something new. I haven't did a tutorial on how to bleach the knots in a while, so hopefully you learned something and you loved it. I am gonna go ahead and pluck it a little bit more. I really want baby hair in the front, but I don't want it to be too long or too thick. So this here is my baby hair, and I'm just gonna thin it out a ton, and then you'll see way later in the video I will go in and tweeze out the rest of the hair as well. This install was super simple and easy, so hopefully you guys will be able to follow along. Now it's time to remove the hairline or cut off the excess lace. You guys see this looks beautiful. The hairline on the lace matches my complexion. It's nice and tweezed. Again, we're going to tweeze a little bit more. We're going to use a non-glue style hairspray. You guys know I don't use glue on my hairline at all. And the object that we're using is an eyebrow razor, or that's at least what we call it. And it works amazing to kind of give you a jagged, imperfect look, which helps to camouflage or conceal the hairline super nice. If I did not mention, this one has 6 inches of parting space. It honestly looks like more than 6, and I love it. I love them. There's a lot of parting space. But we're going to go ahead and tame it. I am using a little bit of wax to go ahead and lay everything down. You guys know my ride or die tool to install is my electric hot comb, and I'm definitely go in and press out the hairline. Even though this is a wet hairstyle and you can definitely wear this heatless, I don't know, I just cannot live without this thing, and it's just such a huge habit to use it. And I'm just going in and kind of melting that wax in, laying out the hairline so everything looks flat, and when it's all said and done, it's gonna look like it's coming out the scalp. Now we're going to go for the baby hair. We said we wanted edges instead of baby hair, but we did kind of go for a little bit more of the baby hair. But we did kind of go for more thin baby hair opposed to thick baby hair, but it's still a lot of baby hair because we still take it from ear to ear. You know, use discretion. If you want a little bit more subtle, you can just do 2 swoops. You can do 1 swoop in the center. You can literally just do the sideburns. You can do none at all. This is the kind of the point where you can kind of free-handed and do what you want and not necessarily follow what I do, but pretty much just make sure you do what suits your look. Now next up, I'm going to tweeze out the hairline for a second time. If you look behind the baby hair might I ask is very poppin', but behind that the hair is very blunt and a little bit too full. So we're going to open that up a little bit. We did bond the wig down, so you kind of want to hold onto the hairline to make sure that you're not pulling it up. But I don't know if you guys can see. If not, just kind of, ignore my voice and just pay attention to how we're not going to do too much. We're not going to over tweeze, but we just want to open that up so that it's not this super thick, dense, hair going on right beyond the baby hair. If you see there how thick and full it is, that doesn't look natural at all. So I just kind of wanted to break that up a little bit, and I think I did a great job. Now, as I've stated before, we went ahead and styled the wig before we bleached the knots. So I'm going to go in and conceal the knots since they are still visible. This is going to also help to open up the parting a little bit. If you look at the parting naturally, it kind of looks like it can be tweezed out a little bit, and it also looks like, you know, it can be brightened up a little bit. So we're going to use the concealer to do all of that. You can also go in and tweeze it up if you want to open it up a little bit and not have it so perfect. I personally find that whenever I do this, I never do it like perfect, so I just skip that step. Again, when you bleach your knots, this is going to open it up naturally and look so much better. I did go in and purchase some new brushes for this because you guys know I pretty much, you know, add concealer to the parting and powder to the hairline almost in every tutorial, and these are my favorite brushes. I've literally been using these for years and they still are my favorite, especially for these steps. The powder I'm using is a foundation powder, but it is, I would say, about a shade, maybe 2 shades darker than my complexion, and I like it because it's not too red and it's not too bright. It's almost like a shade darker, and your powder will help it to just not be too much. And then off camera I went ahead and beat my face. Now I'm going to go in and add a little bit more powder wherever I have parting, so that, you know, when the wind blows and you see that parting, it still blends with my complexion as well. Absolutely love the way this one came out. The braids are absolutely beautiful. The hair itself, I've been wearing for about a week and it's held up amazing. Very beautiful texture, very low maintenance. It's super long and full, but it's not heavy at all. I'm gonna add some hair jewels to it as well because, you know, when you get braids, you always want to add the hair jewels. And that's pretty much it for this tutorial. I absolutely had no complaints about this wig. You guys literally got a whole tutorial from me, literally from start to finish. Every single thing you'll need to know about a wig you learned in this video, and I'm so happy if you guys stuck around and made it to the end. Please comment below and let me know if you did, because the comments appeared to be back. I'm not gonna speak too soon, but hopefully they will be back permanently so that I can chat it up and, you know, keep in touch with you guys. Again, this wig did come from Ashimary. I have everything listed in the description box. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, turn on your post notifications, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Smooches!